Uh, so I'm giving the access back now.
Okay, sir. Sure. No. Now recording is there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
done,
see.
ma'am. You can
Yeah,
check.
yeah. Now recording is
Thank
there.
you.
Thank you, sir. So this is the way we do it. Next equation, NaOH. It is nothing but sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid H2SO4 is sodium sulfate Na2SO4 plus H2O. Now, how am I to balance it? Now I balance the elements which are in single place. Here one sodium, here two sodium. So I put it over here. Oxygen are in different places. I am not touching oxygen. I am going for hydrogen. Hydrogen 2 plus 2, 4. Here 2, only one place. So I have to put 2 over here. Now I go for checking with oxygen. Here 2 oxygen plus 4 oxygen. Here 4 plus 2, 6. Sulfur 1, sulfur 1. So I am not touched. So it is now all the elements of each kind is balanced, is equal on either side of a chemical equation. Next is NaCl plus silver nitrate AgNO3 gives AgCl, that is silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. Now, one sodium, one chlorine, one silver, the nitrate is not split up. So I am not separately receiving as nitrogen, one nitrogen, both 3, 3. Everything is balanced on its own. So this equation is a self-balanced equation. I need not balance it. Next is barium chloride plus H2SO4, it is sulfuric acid, gives barium sulfate BaSO4 plus HCl. Then how am I to balance? One barium, chlorine. Here 2 chlorines are there. Here only 1 chlorine. I have to balance it, so I put 2 over here. Hydrogen 2, 1 sulfur, 4 oxygen, everything is balanced. So when you balance it, see to that you are balancing the elements which is in single place. Then automatically you get an idea how to balance the elements in a different place. This is the way we have to balance it. Now I have done 5 and 6 for you. Do you have any doubt in your 7th and 8th question? Because most of the questions what we have already done, only it is being repeated. If you have any doubt, you ask me so that equation I will do it. If you are very clear, then we can go ahead with other contents. Any one of you can answer me. If you have any doubt, you can ask me to do that particular question. I'm ready to do it. If you don't have a doubt, we shall go with the next thing.
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubt. Shall I pass on with the next thing? Types of chemical equation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm going with types of chemical equation. Next is we are going to study about types of chemical reaction. What is the types of chemical reaction we are going to study is one is combination reaction. Combination reaction. Next is decomposition reaction. Next is displacement reaction. Fourth one, double displacement reaction. Fifth one, oxidation and reduction reaction you are going to study. These are the 5 types of reactions we are going to study. Combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement, oxidation and reduction reaction. I am going in detail of, let us study in detail of combination reaction. What is a combination reaction? A simple example we can take. C plus O2 is CO2. It's a combination reaction. CaO plus H2O gives CaOH twice. It's a combination reaction. CO2 plus H2O gives H2CO3. It's a combination reaction. Then how am I to define a combination reaction? I want more thing I will. S plus O2 gives SO2. This is also a combination reaction. What is a combination reaction? It's a reaction. What is the C is an element. Oxygen is an element. But calcium oxide is a compound. Water is a compound. So when two or more elements or compounds, for example, when two or more elements or compounds react to form a single product, then that reaction is called as a combination reaction. When two or more elements may combine, may react, or compounds may react, or elements and compounds may react. So when two or more elements or compounds react to form a single compound, then that reaction is called as a combination reaction. Clear? Clear. Hamsini, can you repeat what is meant by combination reaction?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, repeat.
In a reaction, when two or more reactants combine with each other to form a single product.
Your answer is not complete. You said reactants. What type of reactants it might be? It may be of any form. You have not specified. How do you say? How to write specifically? Be specific. Your statement is not complete. Complete statement is not there. Wait. Niranjan?
Yes, ma'am.
Repeat what is meant by combination reaction.
Yes, ma'am. Two or more elements or compounds react together to form a single product is called a combination reaction.
Hamsini, yes, ma, very good. Hamsini,
Yes, ma'am.
unmute yourself. Did you understand where you made the mistake?
Yes, ma'am. I understood. I got it.
You said reactants. Reactant may be of anything, but that has to be specified.
Yes,
Yes?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay,
When
ma'am.
two or more elements, or compounds react to form a single product, then we call that reaction as a combination reaction. Actually, okay, ma'am, unmute yourself. This reaction you will do in your practical. If that is now, actually last year they have included that, but now due to pandemic conditions, how do they go ahead, we don't know. But practical is there. You take a beaker. Calcium oxide is also called by common name, is called as quicklime. Calcium oxide common name is called as a quicklime. Calcium oxide, you add it. To that you add water. This is we are seeing in our day-to-day life. But in Chennai, all we are using distemper or different things. But in villages or some places, if you go, still they are using whitewash. That whitewash, here even we have white color, that is we are using paint, white paint for painting our walls in Chennai. But if you go interior parts of Chennai and still they are using whitewash. Whitewash is nothing but calcium oxide. They use quicklime, put it in water. A big drum will be there. They put calcium oxide and they put it in water. Then after they put it in water, they wait for some time. Why? It has to react. Then you can see the bubbles coming out. Since in a laboratory, we are adding a little amount in a beaker, you may not observe that much. But practically, when they're whitewashing, when they put in the drum, you can see very clearly that is the water will be boiling like this. Because why? You can see the bubbles coming out and it will be boiling. But you have not heated it. But it is boiling. How it happens? It's because when they two react, it produces heat. The heat produced makes the substance boil. So we can say the reaction between calcium and water to form calcium hydroxide is also called as a exothermic reaction is also called as an exothermic reaction. What is exo? Exo means outside. In biology, you might please study. Exo outside, endo means inside. Exo outside, it gives off the heat. So a reaction in which heat energy is given out, then that reaction is said to be an exothermic reaction. This is an exothermic reaction. Then heat energy is got. How am I to observe the heat energy? The substance starts boiling. When the substance starts boiling, you will see some gases coming out. The gas is nothing but the air being trapped in the water comes out. Don't think some other gas coming out. The air being trapped in between the water due to boiling comes out. You can see some vapors coming out. That vapor is nothing but water. Because of high temperature, water vaporizes out. Or air particles which are trapped between in the water also comes out. And you can see bubbles coming out. The bubbles tells you that, indicates that the substance is boiling. So we can also categorize this particular reaction as an exothermic reaction. Then what is meant by endothermic reaction? Endo, inside. So what is that? A reaction in which heat energy is absorbed. Then we call that reaction as an endothermic reaction. Carbon burns in the presence of oxygen to produce carbon dioxide. It produces heat, carbon, coal. The carbon, where carbon, when coal is nothing but contains carbon. When they burn, they produce heat. Then this is also an example of exothermic reaction. A reaction in which heat energy is given out. Then we call as an exothermic reaction. A reaction in which heat energy is absorbed. Then we call that as an endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction example, what are the things? That is, for example, calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate on heating, it dissociates into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Without heating, this reaction cannot be brought down. This reaction takes place only in the on heating. So heat energy is absorbed, then it results in the formation of the product. So we call this reaction as an endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. I can say what we are going to study later is a decomposition reaction. All decomposition reactions are endothermic reaction, I can say. Because they cannot decompose. Decompose means broken down into small fragments. That is called decomposition. Decomposition cannot be brought down by absorbing the heat. So we say that is the all chemical decomposition reactions are coming under endothermic reaction. So very good. Now you got lots of examples for endothermic and exothermic. Understand? Now, when we talk about exothermic reaction, there are few things that is being discussed in your textbook. One is respiration. I want to know what is meant by you are learning biology. I want to know a clear idea of what is respiration. Can anyone explain me respiration? What is respiration? Because as we are able to survive because we respire. Sandhya, unmute yourself and tell me, ma, what is respiration? Any idea of explaining? Do you know respiration?
Ma'am, our body takes in oxygen to break down the glucose molecules and gives out carbon dioxide in exchange for that.
That is called as respiration. Yes, absolutely right. Respiration is nothing but our food particles, our food, whatever we eat, the food is nothing but rich in starch. Formula rich in starch, we say that. What is starch molecule? Starch is nothing but, starch is a polymer of glucose. But actually when the food what we eat is a polymer, we are eating in the form of starch. The starch when we eat, when we digest it, that larger starch molecule is broken down into simpler molecule called glucose. So what is starch? Starch is nothing but polymer of glucose. So at the end, after digestion, digestion is nothing but breaking up of a bigger molecule into smaller one. Is called as digestion. So the rice what you eat is rich in starch. During digestion, the starch is converted into simple molecule called glucose. So C6H12O6, that is the formula for glucose. It reacts with oxygen which is inhaled by us. Inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide is called as breathing. It's called as inhaling oxygen. People often make mistake with respiration and breathing. Breathe in and breathe out is taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide is called as breathing. What we breathe in oxygen reacts with glucose and converts the glucose into carbon dioxide and water plus energy. Since energy is given out in the form of heat and also energy, that energy is being utilized for doing our work. But you can see when you are tired, you feel hungry, and when your mother touches you, when you touch your body, your temperature will be cool. Your temperature of your body will be less. But once you eat your food, immediately within a half an hour, you can see that there is a slight increase in your temperature because the food gets digested and start producing heat. That only makes your body hot. Understood or not? Since heat energy is given out, this reaction also an example of exothermic reaction. How am I to balance? Carbon 6 is there, 6 is there. Then hydrogen is 12. So here I am putting 6. So when I put 6 here, 6 plus 2, 6 into 2 is 12, 6, 18. Then how am I to make it 8? Yes, 6 2 is 12, 6. Yes, what I did here, 18, here already 6 is there, so I put 6 is there, then it is balanced. This is the way we balance the equation. Next is decomposition of vegetable matter. Decomposition of vegetable matter, again a very good example of the exothermic reaction. What? How am I to say? Vegetable matter that you might have seen. That is, all the vegetables are dipped into, that is, I used to do it. In a pot, I have mud. In the mud, I put all the vegetable matter, I cover it with the mud. Then whatever the vegetable waste I'm getting day by day, I cover it with the mud. Why? To make it as a compost. To keep it as a, convert into a manure. How it happens? The microorganisms present in the soil work on the vegetable matter and decompose it, break down into simpler one. It's nothing but a decomposition reaction. During that time, during the process, if you insert a thermometer inside the soil, where you have the vegetable matter in the pot, if you see that, you can see there is a slight increase in temperature compared to the surrounding temperature. So only they ask, better you use a cement pot or a earthen pot so that the heat gets dissipated, spreads out, so that the inner thing is converted into a good manure. They don't do it in a plastic. When they do it in a plastic, you get smell. Plastic, they do not conduct heat. It will not spread the heat outside. You feel the smell. But when you do in an earthen pot, the heat gets dissipated. Manure is formed in a better way. You won't get any smell. So decomposition of vegetable matter is also an example of exothermic reaction. During the decomposition, heat energy is given out that you can visualize. Practically, you can visualize. Now you can do. If you have the pot, put your vegetable waste. After 3 to 4 days, you check the temperature of outside temperature and the soil temperature, where you put the vegetable waste. It will be higher than the surrounding temperature. That tells you that this reaction is an exothermic reaction. Third is a combustion of fuel. What is combustion of fuel? The best fuel, simplest fuel is nothing but an hydrocarbon. Fuel is nothing but an most of the fuels what we use in our day-to-day life is nothing but hydrocarbon. What is an hydrocarbon? Compounds made up of carbon and hydrogen is called as hydrocarbon. The simplest hydrocarbon is methane. Simplest is in Delhi we are using CNG, compressed natural gas. CNG autos only are available over there because to protect that is in Agra to protect Taj Mahal from deteriorating. CNG compressed natural gas. Natural gas is nothing but methane. This methane, when it burns in the presence of oxygen, it produces carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. This energy only makes the vehicle to move further. Carbon dioxide is a gas, escapes out. Carbon dioxide, water also is a water vapor, escapes out. There is no pollutant you are getting it. So only we say that this fuel is the best fuel. Because completely it gets burnt away. Unburnt carbon will not be left over. But the diesel and petrol, what we are using, it is not being completely oxidized. So only we see some smoke coming out from the vehicle because complete oxidation is not possible. So only they will say that they are pollutant causing fuel, whereas methane is a very good gas, very good fuel, doesn't cause any pollution. So only we use as a compressed natural gas. And we call this reaction can also be called as combustion reaction. Why? What is a combustion reaction? A combustion reaction is a reaction where the substance burns in the presence of oxygen to produce heat and light. Heat also produced, light is also produced. Since in the vehicle we are getting only heat, but when the gas is burned, it produces heat and also light. So this equation can also be called as a combustion reaction. What is a combustion reaction? A combustion reaction is a reaction in which the substance on burning in the presence of oxygen. I said burning, or when it is burnt in the presence of oxygen, it produces heat and light. But when I say iron, no, not iron, let me take aluminium. Aluminium reacts with oxygen to form aluminium oxide. I said here, aluminium reacts, I said. I didn't say aluminium burns. Why? Reaction with oxygen. It reacts to form aluminium oxide. No heat and light is produced. So, this reaction is called only as an oxidation reaction. What is an oxidation reaction? When oxygen is added up in a reaction, then we call as an oxidation reaction. Oxygen is added up. So we call this reaction as an oxidation reaction. In detail, we can study later. Here also oxygen is added. Here also oxygen is added. So this is also oxidation reaction. But specifically, we also call this reaction as combustion reaction. Why? It produces heat and light. So I can say the statement, all combustion reactions are oxidation reactions. All combustion reactions are oxidation reactions, but all oxidation reactions are not combustion. But all oxidation reactions are not combustion. Why? It reacts, but they do not produce heat and light. But all combustion reactions, they have to react with oxygen, but they produce heat and light. So all combustion reactions are oxidation reactions, but all oxidation reactions are not combustion reactions. I think that I covered all the things under combination reaction. This is regarding the combination reaction. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can raise up your hand and ask the question. I am ready to clarify it. Then we shall go for decomposition reaction. Any doubt? If you have a doubt with the content what I have taken, that is regarding combustion reaction. Under combustion reaction, we have talked about exothermic, endothermic, and combustion and oxidation. Everything we discussed. And some of the examples where exothermic reaction takes place, that also we discussed. So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can raise up your hand. I will call up so that you can unmute yourself and post your question. Any doubt? No doubt. Tillai. Tillai. Tillai is name of a girl or a boy? Tillai.
Boy, ma'am.
Boy. Okay, Tillai. Your full name is Tillai, or is there somewhere you left it as short name? Tillai Natarajan, Tillai something.
Full name is
Pardon, ma'am?
Tillai Arasan, ma'am. Tillai Arasan.
Oh, Tillai Arasan. Very good. Tillai Arasan. Okay, tell me, ma'am. So you have any doubt regarding this?
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubt. Okay, ma'am. Tillai Arasan. Okay. Pujita Satish.
Ma'am?
Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So shall I go with decomposition reaction?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
with your concern, I see to that there is no doubt. So I go with decomposition reaction. Next is decomposition reaction. An example of decomposition reaction we have already seen. What is that? Calcium carbonate on heating gives calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. One more thing is there. This is after this will you do it in the laboratory. Ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate is greenish, light green color. It is green in color. Ferrous sulfate salt is green in color. You take it in a boiling test tube. You take it in a boiling test tube and heat it. When you heat it, you will observe some gas coming out. The gas coming out will be colorless. The colorless gas that you can be tested later. The colorless gas coming out are SO2 and SO3. Two gases comes out, SO2 and SO3. Then after the gas evolves out, the color of the salt turns into brown in color. Brown in color. That brown color salt is nothing but ferric oxide. It turns into brown in color. Is called ferric oxide. Ferric oxide is nothing but rust. What is the color of rust? Brown in color. So a green color, when it is green in color, you can see actually later you will study ferrous sulfate. When I say it always contains 7 water molecules. It always contains, however you prepare ferrous sulfate, always it contains 7 water molecules. This 7 water molecules, we call it as water of crystallization. It's called as water of crystallization. What is water of crystallization? The number of water molecules present per formula unit of a molecule is called as water of crystallization. Number of water molecules present in one formula unit of a molecule. One formula unit of a molecule is called water of crystallization. Why I am saying one formula unit? Specify that. There is a compound called CaSO4 dot H2O. This is their name. CaSO4 dot H2O. What is the water of crystallization here? The water of crystallization is only half H2O. It's half. Why? I said it's one formula unit. For 2 formula unit is 1 water molecule. Therefore, 1 formula unit, it is half water molecule. So here, water of crystallization is only half. So what is water of crystallization? Water of crystallization is the number of water molecules present per unit formula of a compound. Clear? Because why? How does water of crystallization come? Because some compound, however you prepare, this water molecules being trapped in the molecule because of the arrangement of the atoms in that particular crystal. Because all these ionic salts exist in the form of a crystal. Crystal means they have a definite shape of arrangement. In the specific arrangement, the water molecules get trapped on its own while they are being prepared. So only some water, some salts are written along with water of crystallization. For example, washing soda, we say that. Washing soda is nothing but sodium carbonate, but always it accompanies by 10 water molecules. Only few molecules always accompany. This is called as water crystallization. Along with one more thing is there, copper sulfate we say. Copper sulfate, you know, when we say copper sulfate, it is blue in color. But copper sulfate is blue in color only because however you prepare copper sulfate, it always contains 5 water molecules. So water crystallization is 5 in case of copper sulfate. Because of this water molecule, only copper sulfate is blue in color. When you heat ferrous sulfate, actually the color of ferrous sulfate is light green in color. When you heat it, first it turns into white, colorless. Why? All water molecules escapes out. So it becomes colorless first. All the water molecules become, when all water molecules escapes out, we get it, ferrous sulfate. This is nothing but, when there is no water molecule, we call it as anhydrous. When it has water molecule, we call this as hydrated water molecule. Hydrated molecule, we say that. When the water molecule is there, we call them as hydrated. When there is no water molecule, we call them as anhydrous. Anhydrous ferrous sulfate is colorless. Anhydrous copper sulfate is colorless. Then on further heating only, first you will see, when you practically you will be doing it, ferrous sulfate is light green. Will be stored in your laboratory. You put it over there in the boiling test tube. First you will observe. When you heat it, first you will see some gas coming out. The first gas coming out is water molecule. You can see the bubble, water droplets on the tip of that test tube. You can see slowly it will come. Then when you heat it further, then only SO2 and SO3 comes out. Then you can see when this starts coming out, you can see that the salt, white color turning into brown. The formation of Fe2O3 happens. Now, how am I to balance it? Both, this also colorless, this also colorless. Then how am I to test the gas? Then when I pass this into sulfur dioxide gases pass through chromium sulfate solution. Chromium sulfate solution, the solution turns into green in color. Green in color. By that we conclude that the evolved gas is sulfur dioxide. So there is a test to detect the presence of SO2 and SO3. Then actually after this is being evolved, you get the brown compound called ferric oxide. How am I to balance? Iron is there. There is 2 iron, then I have to put 2 iron. When I put 2 over here, sulfur is become to 1 and 1 sulfur is there. So no problem for me. Now I have to check with oxygen. 4 2s are 8. Here 2 plus 3 plus 3. Iron oxide 2 plus 3, 5 plus 3, 8. This is the way we balance it. Since for decomposition of this reaction, we use heat to decompose this reaction. We call this decomposition is also called as a thermal decomposition reaction. This is also called as thermal decomposition because why? We use heat to decompose it. So we call it as a thermal decomposition reaction. There is one more is there. That also is there. Lead nitrate. Formula for lead nitrate is lead is 2, nitrate is 1. So what happens when they crisscross? The formula is lead nitrate. Understand? Lead nitrate. On heating, actually lead nitrate salt is colorless for you. Lead nitrate salt is colorless. It's white in color, colorless. Lead nitrate on heating, you get, first you will see NO2 gas coming out. The NO2 gas will be coming out in the form of reddish brown gas. It is obtained in the form of reddish brown gas. You can see a reddish brown gas coming out. Along with that, oxygen also comes out. Along with that, oxygen also comes out. But oxygen is colorless. It is coming in the dense reddish fumes. So this is not being observed. The color tells you that this is the gas. Then how am I to test the oxygen coming out? Bring a burning splinter near the mouth of the test tube. The burning splinter burns brightly. That tells you that the evolved gas is an oxygen. The white colorless salt, then what is left over after these two evolve? The salt will be again colorless only. But the salt obtained is lead oxide. What is the speciality of this lead oxide means? When it is hot condition, it will be yellow in color. When you are burning, when these things are coming out, the lower part of the test tube will be yellow in color because it will be very hot. The salt will be of yellow in color, but it becomes colorless when it comes to when it just cools down. When you cool down, when it comes to its normal condition, normal temperature, it becomes colorless. That is the specialty of lead oxide. It's a reddish brown gas evolves, oxide is colorless. Then lead oxide, what is the specialty of lead oxide? It is colorless salt in normal condition, but it is yellow in color when it is hot. Then how am I to balance it? Lead 1. Oxygen, now I'm going for nitrogen. Nitrogen is how many nitrogen? 2 nitrogen. So I put 2 over here. Now I have to check with oxygen. 3 2s are 6. Here 2 2s are 4. 2 1 7. So whatever the number I put here, it becomes an even number. So if I want to make the right side even number, already here even, I have to check this. Then only I can get even. So minimum number I put is 2. When I put 2, lead becomes 2. First I put 2 over the lead. Then nitrogen becomes 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4. So I am rubbing this, I am putting. Next check with oxygen. Immediately don't. Now you check with oxygen. 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. Now what is the oxygen? 4 2s are 8, plus 2, plus 2. Now 12. Now it is balanced. Understand? These reactions are also, this also called as thermal decomposition reaction. Why? Decomposition is brought only on heating. Without applying a form of energy, you cannot bring out the decomposition reaction. Then how you define a decomposition reaction? When a compound breaks down into 2 or more simple fragments or 2 or more elements or compounds. It can be of elements or compounds or broken down into 2 or more. This is element is A, here compound is A. So a compound is broken down into 2 or more simpler elements or compounds by applying heat, here applying heat or using electricity or light. That we will study further. We call that reaction as an decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction is a reaction in which a compound is broken down. You should not use the word that is being asked as a question. Decomposition. Now you are going to give explanation for decomposition, but you cannot use the word decompose in your answer. So a compound, if a compound is broken down into 2 or more simpler elements or compounds, we call that on application of heat, light or electricity. Now I have taught you only heat, light and electricity. I will teach you further. When on application of heat, light and electricity, then that reaction is called as a decomposition reaction. When the decomposition is brought out by applying heat, we call that as a thermal decomposition reaction. These are the 3 examples of thermal decomposition reaction. Then how we shall see how the decomposition is being carried out by applying electricity. For that, very good example is nothing but electrolysis of water. Water on electrolysis produce hydrogen and oxygen. How are we to balance? Practically, how it is being done. Take a plastic container. The plastic container. Drill. May take it to drill at 2 places. Keep a knob over there And so why I am using a knob? That is, we say that that one ground will be there, so that leakage is not being down, and you fit two electrodes very perfectly, so that perfectly is being fitted. So that what happens? Leakage of water doesn't take place. That's the reason. You fit up two electrodes. One electrode will act as an anode, another will act as a cathode. What is the charge carried by anode? Anode is a positive charge, cathode is a negative charge. Anode is a positive charge, cathode is a negative charge. So it is connected to a battery. Battery means positive charge, negative charge is this way. This is the way we represent the battery. Understand? Now you are taking water. What water you are taking? You are taking distilled water. What is distilled water? The water which does not contain any salt in it. That is called as a distilled water. The water is taste. The water what we get in different areas are of different taste because of the minerals present in that particular area. You remove all the minerals. Why? If I don't remove the minerals, that minerals present in water will interfere in my chemical reaction. So those salts have to be removed. So I use distilled water. Understand? I took distilled water. Will distilled water conduct electricity? No. You might have heard, don't touch your gadgets, electrical gadgets, don't touch your switch board. Your parents might have instructed you with your wet hand. Why? It conducts, that water in your wet hand conducts electricity, so you may get shocked. So only they say don't touch the any electrical appliances with wet hand, because the water what we are using in our house contains some salt in it. The presence of salt in water conducts electricity. It's not the water. The presence of salt in water helps to conduct electricity. But distilled water does not contain any salt, so it will not conduct electricity. If they don't conduct electricity, then reaction will not occur. So what am I to do? To make it conduct electricity, I am adding a drop, 2 or 3 drops of acid. 3 drops of acid. That acid will not, there is large amount of water, little amount of acid will not interfere my reaction. Or a little amount of salt. NaCl, common salt, sodium chloride, you are adding it. Why? It helps when a little amount, it helps the water to conduct electricity. Now, you take 2 test tubes filled with water and cover it with in an inverted position. When I cover it with an inverted position, 2 test tubes, I cover it filled with water. So here also water will be there. I have 2 test tubes filled with water, and I cover I put it in an inverted position. Understand? Clear? I have a battery over here. I'll show you this. This is battery. I'm telling positive charge means long line, negative charge means short line. Then I use a battery. On applying that, I have a switches. When I switch on, there is a passage of electricity takes place. The reaction is carried out. I can see that some gas is getting collected, water level getting decreased. Gases get collected and water level is decreasing. Now, before that, I will let you know, water is evolved as hydrogen and oxygen. Mostly hydrogen is collected as cathode. Oxygen is collected as anode. Oxygen is collected as anode. So here anode. This is oxygen gets collected. Here hydrogen gets collected. Here hydrogen gets collected. But if you see the level of gas at the same time, this is the level of gas collected. This is anode, this is cathode. At anode, what you are getting collected? Oxygen. At cathode, what is collected? Hydrogen is collected. The level amount of gas collected is twice here and half here. Why? At the same time, when I measure, the amount of hydrogen collected is twice that of amount of oxygen collected. Why? Any idea? If you see in a diagram also, you can see that observation. Why? Because in water, molecular formula for water is H2O. In H2O, hydrogen and oxygen are in the ratio of 2:1 by volume. 2 parts of hydrogen reacts with 1 part of oxygen. 2 parts of hydrogen reacts with 1 part of oxygen to form water. So hydrogen and oxygen are combined in the ratio of 2:1 by volume. So you get 2 parts of hydrogen, 2 volume of hydrogen and 1 volume of oxygen. So only I say that the amount of hydrogen gas collected is twice the volume of oxygen collected. Since the reaction is carried out on applying electricity, we call this as electrolytic decomposition. We call this a process called as electrolysis or electrolytic decomposition reaction. Any doubt regarding this? Any doubt regarding this? So let me complete one more thing, a simple one. Next one more decomposition is there. Take a China dish. China dish is nothing but that you know, China dish. Take silver chloride. Silver chloride is colorless solid. When I expose to light, decomposition takes place. Therefore, what you get? AgCl on exposure to light, it converts into Ag plus Cl2. Cl2 is a gas, escapes out. This is colorless salt, whereas silver is silvery white or in the form of silvery gray you get it. Because silvery white, when it is highly protected, it will be silvery white. When it is exposed to atmosphere, it will not be exactly white. It will be of gray in color. So you gray color of silver gets deposited. Here the decomposition is brought down by presence of light. So we call it as a photochemical reaction. Photochemical decomposition reaction, you can say. This is AgBr on heat on light. You get Ag plus Br2. Br2 escapes out. It is actually yellow in color. AgBr is yellow in color. On exposure to light, after some time, you can see that a gray color deposit, gray color formation you can observe. The gray color is presence of silver is left over. Bromine reverts off. So that color change you can help us to identify that decomposition reaction has taken place. Since this decomposition reaction is brought down by light, we call this as a photochemical decomposition reaction. So what is a decomposition reaction? Yeah, when a compound breaks down into 2 or more simpler elements or compounds on application of heat, light or electricity, we call that reaction as a decomposition reaction. Then, for example, CaCO3 gives CaO plus CO2. This is decomposition. The reverse is a combination reaction. So, combination and decomposition are opposite to each other. But all decomposition reactions cannot be reversed back. Generally, I can make a comparison that backward, if this is forward reaction is decomposition, means the reverse reaction can be called as a combination reaction. I can say for definition purpose. But in reality, all decomposition reaction cannot be reversed back in the same way. That you have to keep in mind. So When they ask for example of combination reaction, you cannot write the reverse of all decomposition reaction as a combination reaction. It is not possible. So be specific, be clear in writing the examples. I think that I am very clear what I am saying this. Understand? You might have understood. Yes. If I take this as a decomposition reaction, reverse is a combination reaction. Yes, absolutely right. I'm not denying it. Here, both the ways it takes place. But here, both the ways is not possible. For definition purpose, I can say backward reaction of decomposition is a combination reaction, I can say. But if I don't remember the combination reaction in my mind, I cannot write Ag plus Cl2 gives AgCl, that is a combination reaction, I cannot write. That cannot be written as an example because that is not possible to occur. So you have to be very careful when you give an example. When you give an example, then that reaction should be a possible chemical reaction, then only you can write. But generally we say that combination reaction, if forward reaction is a combination reaction, the reverse reaction is a decomposition. Yes, but only for some purpose it is possible the reverse way. But it's not possible for all the reactions. That you have to keep in mind. With that, I am winding up today's class. What is being left over, I will take in the next class. If you have any doubt regarding combination and decomposition, if you ask me, I will clarify you. Any doubt regarding this? Any doubt? For that also, I should call up the person. Sandhya? Sandhya?
No doubts, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Shivani?
No doubts, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
There, okay. Tillai Arasan?
No doubts, ma'am. Clear.
No doubt. So define me decomposition reaction.
What, ma'am?
Define decomposition reaction.
One reactant decomposed to form two or more product.
Sandhya,
Ma'am.
what Pillai told is right or wrong? Did you find any mistake or you feel that the definition is right, completely right?
Ma'am, that's not complete, ma'am.
That is, the statement is not complete. Then how am I to complete? How you are going to complete it?
When a compound is broken down into two or more simpler elements or compound by the application of heat, light, or electricity, it is known as decomposition reaction.
Very good. Pillai Arasan. Pillai Arasan, unmute yourself. Pillai, unmute yourself. Pillai Arasan, unmute yourself. You are in the class, ma. Unmute yourself. Come to the class. This behavior is very bad, ma. You are in the class. I asked a question. You told the answer. Why I am telling? Because to correct yourself. When I am calling you back, but you are not unmuting yourself, this behavior is very bad. I don't appreciate this. The purpose of being in the class is to learn. We make mistakes. I'm not doing that. I am very perfect in doing it. I do make mistakes. It's not that thing. When we do mistakes, we have to come forward to correct it. What is it? Tillai, unmute yourself. Then how we come to know? If we are in the class, live class, on seeing your facial expression, I can find it out whether you are understanding the class, or you in the class, or listening to me, or anything, we can find it out. It is not as a live class. We are through online. We do not know, but my effort, I don't want my effort to be wasted. See, in this pandemic situation, we are also making all arrangements of the gadgets with the available gadgets. We are also trying to give you the best. But if I ask you the question, if you make mistake, it's not a problem. It is not like that. Why? To make you alert, we are asking you. Your parents also spending a lot of time, lot of money on that to make you to engage in this pandemic situation. See to that. Whatever the thing, what you are undergoing, each and every person in this world is undergoing the same situation. Don't think that we are in a highly secured place we are living. No, each and everyone is undergoing. But we are thinking of how to use it in a better way. Tillai Arasan, unmute yourself and come back to the class. Tillai Arasan. Then this is your behavior, miss. Then I could do also the same behavior to you. Keep that in mind, please. This behavior I do not appreciate. Okay, ma. Others, if you are very clear, we shall leave the class. Any doubt regarding this, ma? Any doubt? Pujita, Sadish?
No doubts, ma'am.
Okay. We can, the remaining thing we shall do it in the next class, ma. Thank you. Thank you. Be safe. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma.
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you. Be
Thank you,
safe.
ma'am.
Take care. Yes, sure, ma. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I am closing the class now, winding up the class.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Okay, ma. I'm winding up the class. Thank you. Thank you. Take care. I'm winding up, ending for